everybody? Welcome to the PowerCast, live with you every Tuesday. A very exciting show. The man and the legend next to me, Erik Vasquez, Team Powerhouse. It's the PowerCast. It's Tuesday night. It's just after 5 o'clock. Thank you so much for joining us today. As always, make sure to get onto our social media. Follow us, subscribe, get on YouTube, go to Team Powerhouse Real Estate. Go to TikTok, Team Powerhouse Sells. Go to Spotify. Go to Apple Podcasts. Go to LinkedIn, live on LinkedIn. Go to Instagram, live on Instagram. Go to, help me out. Anchor. What else? There's like 10 different places, I think, at least we're going live right now on.
No Twitter, though.
Not Twitter Live, but we're on Twitter Live, right? Twitter Live.
Wow.
Dum. You know what's going to happen is we're going to get a hello from our friend, the new and founding owner, Mr. Elon Musk. Elon is watching us live over here with you guys. In case you want to say hi to Elon, let us know. We'll put a little big shout out for you as well. But more importantly, before we get into real estate, if you haven't watched the World Cup today, you want to just close your ears for a quick second.
Yeah, if you don't know the score of the game yet,
or what's happened,
and you're going to watch the replay later on tonight,
we have two teams we're going to congratulate. I think there were 3 games. I don't know about the first game, but there's 2 teams I want to congratulate. First, I want to congratulate England for winning the game today. To all our English clients from England, far and close by, and a huge win to America is in the cup and
USA.
in the USA. Team USA. We are so excited to watch that game. It was pretty intense. Great game between 2 teams. I have to tell you, it was funny to watch the Hollywood part of the show where they were playing, getting hit, and falling down.
The dramatics.
The dramatics. Yeah. I mean, this guy from Iran, he was with the pink cleats. He goes and screams and falls. No one touched him. He was on the ground screaming. The ref goes, no foul. He gets up like nothing happened. I was like, oh my God, what just happened over here? But it's pretty amazing the dramatics that are happening in these sports as you watch them. The Academy Award, basketball. I think basketball and soccer are the 2 sports.
They flop.
They really have
they
those
tend to flop a lot.
Yeah, they flip and it's really funny. But congratulations to England and United States for the win today.
You said there were 3 teams you were going to
congratulate. There's a 3rd team that played this morning. I forgot what the team was. Maybe you can pull it up for me. And I'll get back to you on that. Congratulations as well. All right, the real estate market, guys. A lot is going on right now. Senegal won?
Senegal beat Ecuador 2-1.
Oh, wow. That's a big game. Ecuador was I think the favorite team?
I don't know. I think so.
I think so too.
I think so.
Congratulations to Senegal.
If you've been following, not that this episode's supposed to be about the World Cup, but
by no means, but
it's been upsets like crazy.
It's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
I was in California last week, as you know, for Thanksgiving, and my brother-in-law PK from England, big soccer guy, and he bought UK jerseys, England jerseys for all of us, and. I walk out of there, not even paying attention. Obviously, I'm Team USA, right? And I put the jersey on, not even thinking about it. And what happens? I walk out of the hotel wearing the jersey, not even thinking about it. My mic, not even thinking about it. And
you get eggs thrown at you or something?
I got looks of like evil eye. And then
it's because it was LA. If it was New York, you would have been pelted with rocks and bricks and stuff.
But I mean, listen, I'm in the house. And I'm rooting for America, of course, but I got this jersey. It was so nice of me. Bought jerseys for the whole family. Very, very. EPK, if you're watching the show, thank you so much. It's very generous of you.
If you're watching the show?
I hope that he's watching the show.
Come on, he's watching.
He's definitely watching. All right, so with that being said, we have a lot been going on in the real estate market. The market has been on fire. And in many ways, it's a crazy market, a much different kind of crazy. There are properties that have been sitting there a little longer than you're used to over the last 2 years. As everybody knows, the market is not collapsing. The market is not coming down. But what you're doing, you're seeing homes sit a little longer because there's less buyers are shopping right now. So with less buyers shopping, properties are lasting longer in the market. Their interest rates were over 7%. The rates have come down now. about 0.5% in the ballpark at 6.5, 6 1/8, 6 1/4, depending on the credit score. And one of the big things people always talk about is credit. They don't know about, or they don't understand the fact that when someone wants to know what their credit score is, what their rate's going to be, it's based on their credit. So if your credit is not, let's call it A credit or B credit, your rate is going to be higher. It's just a natural thing. If you have excellent credit, your rating will be a little, your credit score is higher. You're going to have a lower interest rate. But nothing to not buy a house over, if you will.
Right.
Let's go back into the market now. Let's talk about the team a little bit because the team's been on fire. In the last 30 to 60 days,
They're working their tails off.
they're working their tails off. And we just hired 2 new members of the team. We cannot mention their names yet because it's going to be a surprise. Very excited to share with you guys that 2 new agents joined our team in the last 2 weeks. We're making big announcements of these agents. We're very excited for them to be joining us.
Where will the announcements be made, Dave?
They're going to be made over here on, of course, our podcast and all over social media.
Okay.
You might even see them in the newspaper, very likely to happen, because we do that still for our agents, making a big blast. So just talking the last roughly 30 to 60 days, we've had 15 homes go into contract. Our team put 15 homes under contract. That's pretty decent in a market that there's very little inventory. And I'm going to go over the inventory with you and just give an idea to you on the different counties of how many homes are for sale, and understanding that there are 20,000 agents in Connecticut now. 20,000. Before the pandemic, 18,000.
Really?
18,000 agents, 2,000 agents in the last 2 years got their licenses, which I think they're going to realize really quickly that it's not a game or a place to be in unless you're all in. You have to be all in this market, in this industry. You can't be a part-time agent and actually succeed. It's very rare. So with that being said, it's making it harder for other agents to find homes because you have more agents showing property. In addition to that, you have less buyer shopping. So a lot of agents are really kind of, I'll call it starving. They need a buyer. They need to put houses under contract. We don't make money if we don't sell property, right? So as an agent, we really need you as our buyers and sellers to make you successful as well as our families and our jobs. All right, so our team's on fire, doing an amazing job. Very proud of our team. And I know that in the last week, we put more homes under contract. So I don't have all the numbers exactly yet, per se. But let's talk about for a moment.
It's that end of the year rush.
It's an end of year rush, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because, hey, we know whatever we're putting under contract now is closing.
Well, not just that, but I know some of the clients that I'm working with, they've asked me, like, what's the temperature out there? What's going on with the market? And there's a belief that because of the holidays, things slow down. They do.
They definitely
to some
do.
degree.
To some degree.
I've gotta believe that there are people that are out there that are like, you know what? Christmas is hectic enough.
Right.
With all the holidays and everything, I got to do shopping.
Yes.
So I got to shop for everybody, make the wife happy.
Yes,
Right.
absolutely.
Got to do the Christmas, and then almost immediately after is New Year's. So they're like, I'm going to shop for a house during that period. No.
Not to mention, you bring up a good point. If you're buying a house right now, you're not opening up credit cards. You're not going on shopping sprees.
Mm-hmm.
You're not doing a big Christmas rush this year. The Christmas gift is going to be the house. And you have to wait till you close, because if you take those credit cards and you go and you build them up, the debt in your name, you will freeze your mortgage situation.
Yeah,
not being able to
it could totally mess up
completely
your purchase.
Yeah. So if you're out there shopping as a buyer, be very conscious that you cannot take your credit cards. If you have a $5,000 limit, let's say on your card, you can't go and use more than 30%. As soon as you do that, you're going to red flag your mortgage company and they'll freeze your loan. You do not want to have that happen while making the most important decision.
Especially after finding the house you want and
Absolutely.
getting your heart set on it and making all the arrangements and stuff, and then all of a sudden it's like, phew.
Yeah, legs get cut underneath you, if you will. That being said,
Jonathan's telling me, don't bang the table.
all right,
Okay.
we're not going to bang the table anymore. Loud echo noises if you hear them in the background. It's like a karate movie, Wah! Anyway, all right, so the market, it's very exciting. So what's going on in the market around you? We are doing a lot of different businesses, a lot of different areas. With this pandemic, we've been heavily involved in many different counties, from New Haven County, Fairfield County, Hartford County, Litchfield County, and Middlesex. and I kind of want to run some ideas and what's going on, not ideas, but actual facts of, first of all, just a
So
reminder,
Waterbury is New Haven County?
it is New Haven County.
Okay.
So
I've done a lot of work
Waterbury's
in
a
the
very
last
active market.
2 months.
Yeah.
I've been in Waterbury a lot the last 2 months.
Two things are happening in Waterbury. It's again, I keep talking about that word that I always forget what it's called. It's basically where the environment is changing, the values are changing. What's that word, Eric? Where you have
Gentrification.
gentrification. Thank you so much, Jonathan. Gentrification's happening in Waterbury tremendously, where the values of now you're looking at in Waterbury houses 250 to 300, and then some, and that's pretty wild and crazy. It's changing the dynamics of the town, and it's definitely helping the town out a lot. So you have a lot of buyers now who are looking for a price range, let's say up to 300,000. You have so few towns that you can actually price yourself catches. You have Naugatuck, Woolkit, Prospect, Suddington's maybe a little bit in Suddington, but Hamden. Not a lot of towns can you get something under $300,000, and that's make things.
Ansonia.
Ansonia, Seymour,
Ansonia, maybe
yeah,
Shelton,
but
maybe not Monroe, but
yeah,
close.
no, definitely not. Yeah, Shelton might be a stretch actually. It might be tough, but
Well, at least from my searches, Waterbury was probably one of the towns that had the highest level of inventory.
yep,
So if there were, let's say, 10 houses in the price range that we were looking at, and say Wallingford, let's say, or Meriden, there was twice that,
Right.
if not more,
Right.
in Waterbury. And
Yeah.
it's a it's a larger city.
yes,
It's more populated.
very commutable
You
too,
know,
between
so-
84 and Route 8 and all kinds of stuff.
84 and
depending
8. Yep.
Absolutely. So let's talk about New Haven County. And just to let you guys know, if you don't know already, in New Haven County, there are 27 towns. 27 towns in New Haven County. With that 27 towns, you have 909 active homes for sale. A total 909 in 27 towns. Some might say that's a lot. Some might say that's not. In the big picture, it's really probably 25% of what a normal inventory is in a regular market.
What were those numbers again?
So you have 27 towns, obviously, in New Haven County, 909 active homes for sale. With 909 active homes for sale, okay, within the price range of 200 and 500. I kept it kind of very vague. There's 550 homes in New Haven County out of the 909, okay, and 27 towns. You're going to do some quick math to see.
909.
Yeah, and
And
27.
how many towns?
27.
That's 33 houses per town.
But that's not accurate because we know for sure that a lot of the towns don't have that many properties.
Well, some towns may have 45, where the other one has 25.
Exactly, or 5 or
yeah,
10.
plus or minus in
Yeah.
each town.
Absolutely.
But that's higher than what it was.
Oh, my
I mean,
God,
when it
tremendous.
when it was low,
I
you were
don't-
lucky if there was 5.
I was going to
in
say,
each town,
yeah,
5 to 10.
two. We had 2 homes in a price range of 200, 500,000. I remember we were going through this list. We couldn't believe how staggering it is. So the inventory is up tremendously compared to where we were 2 years ago. So we're definitely homes for sale for you guys. I'm going to jump into Hartford County. Hartford County has 37 towns. 37 towns in Hartford County, which is 10 more than New Haven County. There's only 655 homes. So you have a difference of 250 homes less in Hartford County, okay, with 10 more towns in it. Between 200 and 500,000, you have 405 homes. That's not a lot in 37 towns.
I'm in Hartford County right now.
You're looking at Manchester, right?
No, I
Absolutely.
have clients who are looking in Manchester and Wethersfield, so
Great towns.
I'm working and podcasting at the same time.
Eric is always working and working it. All right, Fairfield County. Fairfield County consists of 31 towns in Fairfield County. Fairfield County has the largest amount of towns
Nice
as far
kitchen.
as, it's a beautiful kitchen. It has a large amount of towns in Connecticut as far as a county goes.
Fairfield does?
Fairfield County does with 31 homes. I'm sorry. Hold on.
31
I apologize.
cities?
Hartford is 37. I
Yeah.
apologize. Fairfield's 31. Correction. I made a mistake. All right. Fairfield County. So how many, in 31 towns, how many homes do you think were for sale available? Obviously, I'm throwing a number right down at you over here. They have the largest amount of homes for sale in Fairfield County. 1,100 homes in Fairfield County.
Yeah, how many of those between 2 and 5?
Actually, I have that information for you. 264 between 200 and 500, which is actually surprising. And that's going to be, of course, between Shelton, Bridgeport, Monroe, Waterbury. I'm not what I'm sorry. Shelton, Monroe, Bridgeport, Monroe. It's going to run up from. It's really going to be between Shelton and
Not likely not Trumbull.
not likely. Actually, 500,000. Yeah, Monroe Trumbull could be 500. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're going to run the scale over there at 264 homes. Between 500 and 800 homes. I'm sorry, between 500,000 and 800,000. Correction. There are 241 homes. Between 800 and a million, 94 homes. Now, Fairfield County obviously runs the gambit between that whole Stanford, Norwalk, Greenwich, New Canaan, all these towns where the price range really kind of starts at 1 million.
Mm-hmm.
So between 1 million
You
and
say
2
Westport? I didn't hear you say
Yeah,
that.
Westport, exactly. Between 1 million and $2 million. In Fairfield County, there are 216 homes. That's a lot of houses at 200.
216 houses between 1 and 2 million? Wow.
Now, if you're in the market, that's a lot of inventory. You have a lot to look at. That's kind of shocking, right? And between 2 million plus
Well, yes and no. I mean,
inventory, it's a lot of inventory for.
it's a lot of
price range
inventory
like
for that price range, but that county's average price range is higher than the other counties. So
100 times more.
Yeah.
But to know that you have, well, how about this? Between 2 million and plus, 273 homes for sale.
that's crazy.
That's crazy. I mean, if you're in that ballpark of purchase price, you've got pick it a litter. I mean, you come in as a buyer and you are like, they're begging for you to make an offer. I have to imagine. You know, that's pretty wild stuff. All right, so let's hit Litchfield County.
1,100 homes.
26 towns for sale in Litchfield
What are you
County.
laughing at? Because I confirmed your. Yeah, no, I pulled it up. 1,100. Yeah.
Listen, I'm
Yeah,
on-
no, I believe you. I believe
actually
you. I just got to
shocking.
see the 273 houses.
All right, Litchfield.
There might be a deal in there.
There might be an amazing deal. All right, and that 2 million plus in Fairfield County. In Litchfield County, you have 26 towns. 26 towns. There are only 393 homes, which has the smallest amount of homes for sale. New Haven County has 27 towns, has 909 homes for sale. Litchfield County has 26 towns, 393 homes for sale. That's not a lot of homes. And in that breakup over there between 200 and 500, 159 homes. Also the smallest amount, and 500 to 892 homes. Very interesting, a little diverse kind of change over there in that price range in the
Yeah.
county. 393 homes in Litchfield County.
And
So
what's the like the primary town that folks would go to in Litchfield County?
I'm gonna have to pull it up and tell you.
Thomaston, Torrington, something like
Let's
that.
pull it. Do me a favor. Pull up towns.
Well, I'm looking at the 35 million. Greenwich has the top 6 houses.
Right, of course.
So what am I looking at?
If you just go to Google for a split second and you just type in for me. Okay.
Litchfield County, right?
Yeah, we're gonna say how many towns in Litchfield County.
Litchfield County. Oh no, I'm not looking for how many towns are in there, but like what is the
Oh, what town is the
yeah? So like
price
in,
range?
in New Haven County, it's
Yeah.
kind of New Haven.
Okay.
You know,
So yeah,
whatever.
so put Litchfield County and see what the
Torrington, Thomaston, Plymouth is New Milford. New Milford's pretty far.
It is pretty far.
Litchfield, Harwinton,
Cromwell is a town over there. Cromwell.
Cornwall.
Oh, Cornwall. I can't see that far.
Cornwall.
Sorry, man. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely.
Watertown. So Watertown is technically Litchfield County.
How many homes in Watertown?
Watertown, 22 overall.
That's not a lot of houses.
Just 22, that's it. That's
That-
not even going in with the price,
Price
range.
range. I mean,
And that's single family and condo, let me see. Yeah, there's,
it's really
All single families.
There's not a lot of inventory, but again, remember, guys, there's less buyers shopping. So with less buyers shopping, you have a better chance to get a house under contract. So if you're looking to buy a house, this is the time to do it now better than ever before because you have less competition of buyers. And there's quite a bit of inventory on the market. We just put a house under contract that you and I talked about in Woolkit. This agent, I'm not going to tell you the address, I'm not going to say the agent, but what I'm going to tell you is the agent was not very knowledgeable in how they presented a house for sale. Let's just say that. First of all, my clients, they were even questioning whether to look at the house because the photos look so bad. Something made me question the photos and the price in the town of Wolcott and said to myself, I think that's going to be an amazing deal there.
Is it because Nikki didn't take the pictures?
Well, first of all, number one, we didn't, when we take pictures at our properties, they're a much different scale. This woman, she took photos with her phone, okay?
Clearly.
Not only with the phone, but the property looked like a foreclosure property. And I'm saying, this can't be right. Something's missing here. It had an
I looked
in-law.
it up. Was that house vacant or no?
That house is vacant.
It's vacant, right?
Vacant house. It had an in-law possibility there. It had a huge yard. Okay, it had a garage, huge yard, central air. It had propane gas heat, finished basement, and the asking price was $260,000. And I said, something doesn't make sense here, because it's not and then the agent puts over there, they put over there, conventional financing or cash. So I called the agent up and I say, I got to ask you a question. What's the reason why you're calling this conventional? She says to me, my client doesn't want to deal with an FHA buyer, which is completely against the rules, by the way, okay? Can't do that, can't say that. You cannot, that's
But
discrimination.
she also said they didn't want to do any work.
But not wanting to do work doesn't mean that.
So, well, she may have thought it needed work, so
But
she,
and here's the other part. This house needed no work, maybe some updating, a little paint, but work, not necessary.
well, not something that it would have needed to qualify for FHA, so.
Correct. Anyway, long story short is your realtor job is to find that needle in the haystack, try and find that property for you, and we went into contract. My clients are super excited, super excited. All right, going back into Middlesex County, I didn't get a chance to break it down, but there are 15 towns in Middlesex County, and there are only 245 homes for sale. So as you can see, less towns, less properties for sale in a county, but still a lot of property for sale right now. For us, the inventory is phenomenal, and here's what's going to happen. Everything's going to change. And one of the things we want to talk about today is what's going to happen in this new year. There's going to be an explosion of homes coming to the market. I can tell you that in advance. But here's what you need to know, a couple of things to play with. Number one, the rates, they're going to get a little wonky, I think. But there are some avenues that you can create to help yourself out to make the rates better for you. And one of the ways we're doing that, and one of the things we actually listed a house recently in New Britain. We listed a house in New Britain over here, okay? In this house we listed, the sellers are willing to do what they call a 2-1 buy down. What does a 2-1 buy down mean to you? I sat down with Michael Cristoforo and had a chance to speak with him. And basically what's going on is a 2-1 buy down is where you as a seller can entice a buyer to come in, right? For $5,000, a seller gives back. And what they're doing is they're offering $5,000 to the buyers to give to their lender, allowing them for the first year, let's just say the rate 6.5%. The year one, they're at 4.5% payment. Year two, 5.5% on payment. In year three, back to where they're supposed to be, okay? And in year three, if the rates come down, they can refinance to a lower rate, and it's a win-win for the buyers. So, as a selling agent right now, you got to be creative, being smart. How do we draw people in as buyers and get them excited? A buy down, a 2-1 buy down is a phenomenal idea. It is going to work wonders for you as a buyer, and a buyer can also do a 2-1 buy down themselves, helping themselves out with the rates being much lower instead of buying the rate down. Because if you go to buy the rate down for $5,000, your payment might change by $20. But a 2-1 buy down, it gives you a chance to have that payment drop to 2% less.
Well, yeah, you're talking about, because most of those would require like a point or 2 points.
Mm-hmm.
And a point, for those of you that don't know, is 1% of the purchase price of the house.
Correct.
So that's for
one,
for $250,000 house, that's $25,000.
right.
So that's a lot.
That's a lot, and it doesn't make it. It doesn't change much. Actually, it's $2,500, I think.
2,500.
It's $2,500.
Yeah.
Yeah. But still, the $2,500, even if they put 2 points, $5,000, that's not going to change their payment because what happens?
Right.
It's only an eighth of a point.
Mm-hmm.
So when you have that ability to do that buy down and get down to a 2% lower, and then the 1%, and you go back to where it's supposed to
Yeah,
be.
and then in that third year,
Refinance.
Refi.
Because in 2 years' time, what's going to happen is the rates are going to change. I'm telling you in advance. We're going to have a big shift in what's going on in this country, and the rates will change. That's what's going to happen. But let's talk about right now the upcoming spring market. in the spring market, we're going to have a huge change because a couple things are going to happen. The government is coming out with this program that Michael has been working very hard on.
Well, you talking about the TTO?
Yeah.
That
Time
was,
to own.
well, that was in last year.
Yep.
Yeah.
The time
They're,
to
they're
own.
doing it again next
They're
year.
going to come back with it. We don't exactly know it. So Time to Own was a program that they came out with.
State of Connecticut came up with.
State of Connecticut came out with to help buyers buy homes with money through the CHAFA program, whether it's CHAFA FHA or CHAFA conventional. And it allowed buyers, well, first, let me start back all the way, can I remind? So CHAFA is a program that they have CHAFA FHA, CHAFA conventional. And depending on your credit, depends on which way you kind of fall in this category. Now, I'm not a mortgage broker. This is just information I can tell you basis on from being a realtor who does a lot of business, Eric and I. And what I can tell you that we've learned is with this CHAFA Time to Own program, they've been giving out money to buyers. But before that, CHAFA is right now offering approximately $20,000 to buyers.
That's with the DAP.
With DAP.
Notice, down payment assistance.
But you've got to have credit that is decent. You can't just get money with no credit happening, okay? Because the credit is everything in this business. So if you don't know what your credit is, get in touch with the lender now. Do not wait until January, February when you buy a house to find out what your credit is. I guarantee you, by having yourself qualified now, two things are going to happen. It's going to give the buyer a better position to be buying in the January, February timeline. And in addition to that, it's also going to help the buyers to be stronger buyers with better credit and having the programs that open up to them, right? Let's be honest. The CHAFA Time to Own, depending where you're buying a house, can be as much as 20,
No, it's $50,000 in certain towns,
Yeah.
$25,000 in others.
which is,
So that's $25,000 or $50,000, depending on which town you land in,
yep,
towards your down payment and closing costs.
it's pretty
So you're
amazing.
pretty much coming to the table with nothing.
Pretty much, you have to have money to put down and hold a house, but you get the money back, most of it, probably. So you have a lot of programs that are out there now, still currently happening with good loan officers. Definitely good loan officers. I'm sorry if my mic's playing a little game with the microphone here today. With good loan officers that are very well educated for you as a buyer, making sure that you have a good experience, knowledge, and what you need to get ready to buy. All right.
Before we wrap up,
Yes.
Giving Tuesday, I don't know if anybody knows what Giving Tuesday is. It's a worldwide movement. It's also nationwide. Giving Tuesday is giving to certain charities. You know, we all have our organizations or whatever that we
Yeah.
like to donate
Philanthropic.
money to. Yep. Mine has always been, we've had the David Hunter
Yes.
from Mary Wade on here and Frank Renday.
Great
who runs
people.
Chatham Place. Yep.
Great people.
The Mary Wade website, you can go to the Mary Wade website, or you can go to marywade.org/giving. I think Jonathan's putting that up on the screen.
Excellent.
If you don't know what Mary Wade does, they do amazing things for our seniors. Great care, memory care, just keeping them active, keeping them happy. So anything you guys can give would be greatly appreciated.
So would they call them up, they emailing them, what's the best way
Nope,
for
they
them
go to the website and they can donate. They can make a one-time donation. They can sign up to be a regular donor. Anything and everything. Just Giving Tuesday kicks off a month-long campaign in support of the residents at Mary Wade. Your gift makes all the difference and helps us to close the gap between the actual cost for care and reimbursements from insurers like Medicare and Medicaid, which covers only a portion of the cost for our residents. So whatever it costs to take care of these folks, it's only partially covered by the government funding.
Yeah.
They cover the rest out of pocket. Remember, Mary Wade is a not-for-profit, so.
If you're working with a non-for-profit, it's very important to kind of pay attention and know more about who they are, what they're doing, and how much they really give help out to, because they don't make money on the non-for-profit.
Not-for-profit.
Get the words out of their mouth.
You had asked about a phone, so it
Yes.
says here, if you prefer to make your gift by phone,
You can.
call Lisa at 203-672-7812. Remember, all gifts are tax deductible. Jonathan, you want that number again? 203-672-7812. 7812.
That's pretty cool, man. I'm happy you brought this up. Good people at Mary Wade. If you've worked with Mary Wade before, you should definitely let people know about it. Like your experiences, you have a family there, somebody you know that needs that special care. Great place to bring their family members there. They take great care of the seniors.
They sure do.
Absolutely. All right, let's get to the next part of our podcast. We have a tumbler giveaway, as we do every week.
Mm-hmm.
And who's going to be the lucky winner of the tumbler, Jonathan? We have to get a real drum roll.
This is like still spinning. That's taking a... All right. We have Diane Flah Flaherty, I think, from TikTok. It's a TikToker.
All right, TikToker Diane Flaherty.
Flaherty, I think.
Diane Flaherty from TikTok, thank you so much for being a part of our podcast. Please get in touch with us. We would love to give this tumbler to you. You can reach us very simply through TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, anywhere you want to find us. We're easy to get a hold of. Obviously, TikTok would be the place you would reach out to us. Guys, please stay in touch with us every week. We are excited to be here with you. We hope you had a great show. A little bit of what's going on in the market over here today. Again, congratulations to England and the United States on the soccer championship. And Senegal for the winners today. It's going to be an exciting
What's next week?
World Cup. What's happening on the podcast next week? Let me go to the phone for 1 second. I'll tell you who's next. I believe I know who exactly is going to.
Well,
Just don't.
surprise.
It's actually a really cool guest we're going to have on the show. So the next guest in the show is going to be Amrit's Hair Grooming. They're a barbershop salon in Hamden. It's actually where I get my hair done.
Are they going to cut your hair on?
So it's funny you say that. I was actually going to have maybe Jonathan come next week when I get a haircut and have them.
I'm more than happy to do that because I was going to get one anyway.
Right, get an experience of what it's a beautiful little place in Hamden. Amrit and Stacy, his wife, they do a great job in there. Bring them on the show. What they do in regard to take care of the whole hair, face, shaving, they do so many things there. The grooming, and they're very reasonable and they're good people. So we look forward to seeing Amrit's Hair Grooming next week on the podcast. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for having Eric and I in your homes with you today.
Or in your car.
Or in your car, on the road, on your laptops, iPads, etc. We appreciate the opportunity. Please like, share our podcast, and stay tuned for next week. We can't wait to see you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody.